Welcome back to the reality, guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
All right, buddy.
And you know him by now, host of the Strat Chat podcast, our friend, your friend, Kyle Petty.
Hey, happy to be here.
As you can see in the title and thumbnail, we are back to talk the Amazing Race 35. This is episode 7, like two cats fighting in a car. There was a lot of cat fighting in the car this episode. I love seeing that stuff, the relatable, just like how any of us would be with our partners, friends, anyone. At this point in the race, 7 legs in, you're probably going to start getting annoyed by each other driving these long distances, and navigating without an iPhone on you in the car is a nightmare.
Disaster.
A lot to cover here, guys. We're in Frankfurt, Germany, but as we do every week, I do like to let you guys kind of give your impressions overall of the episode, and then we will go through for our full recap. Just a reminder, make sure you're subscribed here and on TikTok so you can see all of our Amazing Race and reality TV coverage. Lots of stuff over on the TikTok that we don't do on our YouTube. All right, Kyle, let me know your thoughts. Episode 7.
Initial thoughts, way too long. We don't need 90 minutes of the Amazing Race. I'm sorry, I enjoy the show, but I look down, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's only 10:15. Like, what's happening? um, but it's still fun. It's still fun. It's enjoyable. That whole lock thing. I mean, we'll certainly get into it, but like, I definitely would have lost my patience with that. I might have just hopped off the side. Like, there's no way I would have patience for that. No way.
Pieces.
Yeah, not even knowing what I'm looking for, I'm just blindly walking down this thing like crazy. Absolutely not.
Brian.
I thought it was okay. I liked the soccer challenge and the mustard challenge because of like the historic part of I know you thought it was stupid, Kyle. I know you thought it was stupid, but it had some historic purpose to the country. And the lock challenge, I kind of only enjoyed because I went to France once and I did that with my wife. So I wish it was there because then maybe I'd be like, oh, there, I remember where my lock is.
You and your wife
So you
went
put a
around
lock
and found a
there?
combination and unlocked a lock on a bridge.
Well, we no, we went to we put our own lock, and then we were looking for Amazing Race in the future. Like maybe they'll be here. Like
Oh, that's so sweet. That'd have been cute as you so I got to see your lock on TV.
yeah, yeah. Hey,
The
love it.
mustard thing was gross though. I definitely know I would have thrown up. Kidding me? Tasting all these mustards.
Oh no, I wouldn't have liked doing it, but I think I like when they do these challenges that are like to the country. It's not like
Yes. Culturally relevant.
yeah, like the kicking. Like they're like, oh, soccer is important in this country. Like what country is not soccer or football important to in Europe? But
Fair, fair.
I thought you were gonna say the world. I was like, this is the good old US of A.
yeah,
we
but I
don't
mean,
give
like
two
it's just like
craps.
when they say that, it's like I thought that challenge was cool. Like it'd be fun to do playing darts because I guess the dart aspect Europe likes darts too. But yeah, I cool challenge, but like not historical to me.
Um, I overall am leaning on the agree now on the 90 minutes. I think again now next week it looks like there is another express pass up for grabs that warrants maybe having the extra 30 minutes because some teams are going to go after that. Maybe you show more of that. I do think this week they did improve. They are showing more cultural things, more walk of life things, and some historical things. A nice mixture, I thought. Um, I feel like I'm sure Logan and some of our other really good Amazing Race commenters and historians that we always comment every video. It seems like there's a lot of needle in the haystack stuff this season, right? A
Yeah,
lot of that's at least the third time already this season where that's been like the significant hold up for someone during the week. And I just always again remember it being like later in the season and there
yeah.
being like one really significant one. So I'm just wondering if people, our audience, like, let us know, like, are they relying on that more than they normally do, or is it just me? But that's kind of the vibe I'm getting right now.
I agree with you.
That's totally fair. I guess we'll see what Logan has to say about that.
That's that.
Oh
That's like
no,
a that's like a perfect.
he's a little
Now,
behind, but we'll get a comment maybe in like a week or two where it's just like,
Yeah, come on, man.
um,
Catch up. You got
I mean,
questions.
you know what? I'll try to ask. I'm trying to meet. We're trying to meet up. We're trying to meet up next week in
Oh
New
yeah?
York. So we're gonna try
In New
to.
York.
Yeah, he's gonna be his first time ever. Yeah.
How dare you? How dare
I
you?
I texted I texted you on the side about this. We'll get back. We'll get to this. This is
Falsas.
gonna. Brian's gonna edit this part out. Brian, edit this part out where I
No.
bring up even.
Don't edit this part out.
Oh, this is okay.
Just 'cause you're getting attacked a little bit, how dare you?
We're losing
No, no.
points now. All right, I'm gonna get this cart back on the road here.
Ooh.
Greg and John, number one, leaving here. They are going to fly 4,000 miles. They are heading to Frankfurt, Germany. Another time in this season, though, that there is only one flight. So the order from last week really does not matter. Another one of the great equalizers. Again, I don't like that. I really don't. I love when they split the flights and stuff. I just, again, is this a money thing? Is this a visa thing? I feel like if they're able to fly, and why were they able to do multiple flights early in the season and now they're doing these equalizers again? It's like they're just like giving it and taking it away from us a little bit as far as the real life aspect of it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like even like it sucks because I was like thinking like, what was the catch up where they're all running out to the car? Like they just want that scene, I think, where they're like somebody's down low filming and there's like a stampede of people with different colored shirts running towards like a bunch of rental cars.
It's weak.
Frankfurt, Germany. We got some background here. Robin's husband was stationed in Germany. She knows some German. There, she kind of claims familiarity. Doesn't really work out that well for them as far as the navigation, though. They end up on the wrong ferry at one point. I love that. It was a great setup. I've been here, I lived here, traveled, family memories, and then I missed the exit.
Yeah, I know so much about this area.
They do that drop of the music where it's like dun, 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 you know, when somebody does something wrong, it like
there's a lot of things that go wrong in this episode for people. We're gonna get to that, including the ferryman, the fake ferryman. We're gonna get to all that really quick. The route info was the Barry Reinstein. It was the castle. 50-mile drive to the ferry. Then you had to take the ferry down the river. You had to exchange €5 for historical coins from a human German token machine. So this was cool. I like the German token guy, but I do want to talk about the fake token guy for Andrea and Melania. Who was that guy?
I don't know.
Like, who was that dude? Like he took her, like he gave her some coins. There's no way that was an even trade.
No. He's just like a random transient man. like, where did he come from? No, he must have been a plant of some kind. He must have been related in some way.
Definitely a plan.
I don't know. The other guy was dressed up like a merchant. Like
his shift was over. It took him so long to get.
His shift was over. They did get lost. I mean, again, they were one of the people that unfortunately were not having a great time navigating initially, and that's relatable, right? Like that's something that is why we've seen a lot of teams go down in the Amazing Race, and let's just say this early navigation snafu and taking the wrong coins are going to come into play a little bit later on here.
Sure did. Should have yelled out of towners.
Out of towners. Some of the people I wrote here that there was some bickering. Robin and Chelsea bicker. Andrew and Melania get lost. There's 3 teams on the first ferry. Todd and Ash, Steve and Kellyanne, Joel and Garrett. I did hear them say that they Googled something. Robin and Chelsea, I'm assuming that means they used somebody else's phone, right? Because we saw that a few times this episode.
I would think.
I would assume so.
They did mention that while they were on the wrong ferry, though, which I thought was the end for them initially. I'm like, oh my God, like how long are they gonna be on this other ferry for? Obviously, it doesn't seem like it's that long, but I would like to know how long the trip was for them to have to stay on it.
Yeah,
I'm super curious about that. Maybe they didn't use Google. Maybe they actually used like Bing, and maybe that's why they ended up in the wrong place. Ask
They had MapQuest directions.
That's like Alta Vista.
Oh my God. The roadblock was who's ready for change. We've kind of alluded to this one. You had to figure out how to break down the currency with like kind of an exchange rate. Seemed like basic math formula. In my head, I was like, just take the damn German word away and just use like the first initial, right? Like F equals this, R equals like two F's, right? Like whatever. Like the one chick was what's her name? Literally goes to a school for like math and computer science.
Was that the Morgan and Lena? Didn't they go
Yeah,
through first?
Morgan. Yeah, this was Morgan. Um,
That's Bill, real quick. That reminded me of those things you see on the internet where it's like one pizza equals this, and then like it's the most basic math question, and someone on Facebook's like, put your answers below. And that was literally that.
70 different moms arguing over what the answer is,
Yeah.
whether they're using old math or new
Yeah.
math.
Yeah, exactly.
Specifically moms.
Always moms. Yeah, I also noted that it was the Wittens, so I was like the Jason Wittens. That was a nice little football reference from me there. You had to rappel down the castle once you actually knocked this out. Like I said, Morgan was very fast. You had a Todd and a Joel alliance at one point working together. I think that made sense. If you're a group with people and
Yeah.
there was still like any amount of people behind you, just help each other out, get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Corey was really good at it. Chelsea, I want to highlight though. Chelsea was the common man's answer by just saying, I'm just going to try everything from 6 and above and see what it ends up being. And she gets it in like 3 or 4 runs. I really admire that strategy.
It worked, man. For
Yeah.
placement where they're at,
Can't be mad at it.
it was smart.
Sweat equity. When you did complete that, well, obviously though, when we talk about Andre Melania, they get there. They don't have the right coins. That had to have been like all-time deflating feeling when you realize that you got to go all the way back to that ferry and go get these coins because I would think in my head, I'm like, we're done. Like, there's no shot.
Right. All the way back to where? I thought
How
that
far
was
was the
right.
ferry?
I'm literally starting all over again because I don't even know where I'm going now. Like,
Yeah.
Like
it's
Brian
not like,
said, the
oh,
guy
let me go
shifts
back
over.
to this one point and then just choose a different way. No, I got to start all over as if all this never happened. Like that's super deflating.
Let's see. We talk about the ripped off, getting ripped off. Multiple teams, Morgan Alina, Steve Anna Lee, they argue about the driving and navigating again. So I mean, that's really where we get to like the two cats fighting in a car. It's again, we just get consistently a through line throughout. But again, I don't think we need to see it repeated times, right?
No.
I think we see a couple arguments early in the episode where establishing everybody is cranky. I don't need to be reminded a third way through the episode people are still cranky.
That's what we get with 90 minutes. That's what
I'm
90
now
minutes does to us. Yeah. I was cranky too.
Brown info was Cologne's Carnival. This one, there's a little like an acid dream. You just had to ride like a tricycle, big tricycle, basically through Carnival, all dressed up. It was a little obstacle course, but nothing difficult. Again, really just more of an experience than a roadblock.
Right.
Well, again, it wasn't a roadblock; it was a route info. But again, more than wasn't a challenge per se. When I say roadblock, I don't mean a literal roadblock. Next route info was the Hohenzollern Bruch. It was a big bridge. This was the lock bridge. You had to get over to the bridge, and that's when we got the who's feeling locked in roadblock. You had to find the combination of the oldest cologne bottle made in Cologne. People let them Google with their phones, help them out. They got the combination 4711 pretty quick. But like Kyle said and Brian alluded to, there is just a crap ton of locks and not many that are number combination locks, 4-digit ones. I did find the one comment interesting. I think it was it Joel that did it for, or was it Garrett for the team? He was
It was
stuck
the
there.
guy with the beard. I don't know
Yeah.
what's that.
I think that's Joel, right?
Yeah. Whatever.
I found it interesting that his comment where he was like, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do. I'm like, what do you mean you're not really sure what you're supposed to do? You have a combination. You got to find a 4-digit lock. What do you mean? Like, let's go, dude.
What would you guys
think?
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking there. What would you have done if Rob can't hear or he's deaf?
Yeah. Facts.
And he obviously can't communicate to the common person on the bridge. If Ashley just completely was like, "No, I'm not telling you the code," what would have been your reaction?
I don't know. And I
I
thought we
feel
were going
like
to
on
see that
Amazing
scenario
Race,
play
you
out.
probably don't do that. On Survivor, you could do that.
See, like I think like if it was somebody that could speak, like there was no like you could be like you just shove it back. You know, like when you're like, oh, what's on your face, and you shove it in the face. I feel like you got to give it.
Yeah, I kind of agree
You're
there.
on TV. You're gonna look like an ass.
Right. You can't just like leave the man there. And it's so unfortunate because if it didn't happen, like the timing was like slightly off, like he who would have been able to help him? Like he would not have been able to communicate with the people
Yeah,
necessary with the cell phone. So like thank God she was there. And if she
yeah.
didn't, like I think that could have been the end.
That would have been rough.
Yeah. That
I think
was
you
a
would
tough
eventually
watch.
got it. I think it's more just for the optics. I was thinking like, I was like, what would I have done there? Because I would not have given to anybody else, but I think for him, I would have 100% given it. I'm a jerk on my front, but I am nice inside. I just hide it.
What would Helen Keller have done?
Well, I thought she could
Yikes.
talk.
Don't
But
make me do it, Brian. I'm not doing it.
she can talk, but she couldn't see. So I don't think this would have
So
been
she was
fun for
blind and deaf.
her.
Was Helen
Blind
Keller
and
blind and
deaf,
deaf?
yeah.
Oh, she
Or
was
is it
blind
deaf and
and
blind?
deaf.
Which one comes first?
Oh shit, that's a good point.
Does
Why?
does
I
it
mean,
matter in a challenge like
Uncle
this?
Bill, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think she'd be on the show.
I also Helen Keller's I've always been a little sus of. I just don't believe that you would be able to like learn to like fully write and communicate and all like that. Like I don't believe it. There's something sus about it here. Tell me you never thought about this.
I
You just
haven't.
accepted.
I haven't either because I didn't really know that much about Helen Keller. I only thought she was blind.
No, she's
Water,
definitely
Helen.
she's definitely two.
Water.
Oh, okay. All right. And you're telling me that she completed things like she
Like
did,
she
she
Yeah, no,
learned
learned
how to like
things.
allegedly fully write out like full blown calligraphy, like and can communicate. Like, how the F is that even possible? They should have devoted some time this week on the Amazing Race to that. They have plenty of time.
but Bill, if you ever learn how to go back in time, that's where you need to go first.
Helen Keller.
Yeah, that's where you
Yeah,
need
but
to go.
what happens when she is legit and I'm just there terrorizing some poor deaf blind woman?
Well, sometimes you got to eat crow, man.
Well,
I guess there wouldn't be any cameras.
it also seems to me if you were able to go back in time, then once you saw that and you saw that you were super wrong, just get the hell out of there and just go, just come right back to 2023. Just be done with that.
The detour next, guys, was just for kicks or a matter of taste. Just for kicks is where we're gonna get our Mario Party reference of the week. We're gonna use the goal mini game from Mario Party 4. There was a soccer penalty kicking mini game. I was really stretching for it for a while, and they gave us one. I was like, thank God. Because I
Thank
was like,
goodness.
there, I'm not getting anything good right now. That one was tough. That's the soccer darts one, 4 shots, and you got to get exactly 66 points. Why would anyone do that one?
I would have done that.
You would have?
Yeah,
You're
I didn't
nuts.
think that was that hard.
I think that's
Did you play soccer?
no.
Yeah, I didn't think that was that hard.
You think that was like relatively doable, like not as like that was a pretty
Yeah,
fast one, you would
definitely,
think.
definitely.
So if someone plays soccer again, if you're not a soccer, Kyle, what did you think of that one?
I thought it was super hard, but I still think I would have chosen this one over that mustard thing.
9
Because
mustard names. Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
the
like,
next one. That's a matter of taste. 9 mustard tastes. You have to match the names. Shout out mustard seed for being the #1 spice in the world.
shout out
I
to
like
mustard
mustard.
seeds.
Isn't your girl like Mama Fee like always talk about mustard seeds?
Yes, faith of a mustard seed. Yes,
Mhm.
good old Christian woman. Yes,
The only guy on this page that's actually keeping up with Big Brother. Ayo,
I'm
I
caught up on
know.
Big Brother.
I love that. I love that. I was like, all right, you know what? We
that
have
was
to
a
make sure
jab
we
at Brett.
acknowledge that.
That
No,
was a jab at
I
Brett.
was like, what do you mean? I haven't caught up.
but like, how
Stop
can
making
you keep
videos.
tasting all those 9 mustards and then like not get it right and have to keep going back? First of all, the sanitary situation of this. How many plastic spoons are there? That's all I kept thinking of.
Logistics.
Like, well, this
You know,
exactly is like,
yeah, imagine it's like an ice cream shop where they have like the
oh,
little plastic.
One flight, one spork.
oh my gosh, so disgusting. Like, wouldn't you throw up? Like,
Yeah, I don't
I
like
think
mustard.
I
no, I
like
mean,
mustard. I would have done I like mustard. I would have done the mustard one.
I like
Also didn't
mustard,
play
but not enough
soccer.
to keep tasting each over and over and over to make sure I
Give me
got
a
the
pretzel
names
to
right.
dip
Yeah,
it. I
over.
don't want
Yeah,
to
it's
eat it
good.
plain.
It's mustard. No, like they're making them eat like liver or guts. It's mustard.
I know, but
Yes,
9
the
different
guts.
times, and how many times did you do it though? Like,
Oh, that's a good point.
I
I'd
didn't
like
have to.
to know.
I wasn't on. I'm not on the Amazing Race.
well, I'm saying, no, not you specifically, but I mean, like, if you're going down the road, like, you're not just gonna just taste them all once and get it right the first time. Like, there's definitely some back and forth. Like, I know my stomach would be upset. Like, there's no way I could just keep eating spoonfuls of mustard. Like,
Yeah. Ugh.
like come on, it's so
Woof.
gross.
Oh no, it doesn't sound that
I
bad.
wish one of them was just like basic yellow mustard.
Heinz.
Yes.
Not yellow.
I need like yellow, spicy, Dijon, and honey. That's all I know. That's it.
Is Grey Poupon? Is that a type of mustard?
It is, from what I understand.
I like spicy brown mustard,
Like
especially on pretzels.
Gouldens.
Yeah, there you go. Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, besides that, the last stop is this is so fun. Das Schlachteren Museum, which is a chocolate museum. They said that Germany was the #1 exporter in some form of chocolate, obviously not of like cocoa itself, but
They should have taste tested that.
yeah,
was
I
good.
thought that too.
That's a lot better.
I thought the chocolate, they should have had something in the chocolate factory. It would have been nice to see the Oompa Loompas
Make chocolate would have been cool.
Oh,
Listen, I agree with you. I'm just
better than
at least that
mustard.
they did have something there at the chocolate factory that was again something. But why was there no like beer related things, or you know what I mean, like more
Yeah,
of
that's
that
true.
in that type of again, they've probably been there multiple times, and I'm sure they've done Oktoberfest related stuff, but
They did like chocolate factory. They could have like little subtle nods at Willy Wonka or R. Kelly.
yeah, nothing.
If they at least did a beer thing, that'd be funny to see the people stumble out of it. You know, like
Yeah. There aren't don't
how
they like
weighted
aren't
they
the
get.
girls that work there? They got to carry like 7 or 8 at a time. Like they should have to transport like a bunch of like
Like
mugs.
beer steins.
Yeah.
That'd be
Steins.
fun as they're wearing those little like folded dresses.
Yeah, and then when they crash on the ground, that's when we get the do the falling like do whatever that's happening. I need to get that drop, and then I can have it and save to my computer for the edit.
Yes,
Anytime somebody says bad joke, do.
Oh,
that'd make
boo.
me super anxious.
Boo that man. Boo. Brian, unfortunately, every week we do have to have someone eliminated. So let's start with the order of finish. Who finished first? I know that their prize was 4,000 cash each.
Yeah, I'm happy this is getting shorter every week. First place, Greg and John. Second place, Robin and Chelsea. Third place, Todd and Ashley. Fourth place, Rob and Corey. Fifth place, Steve and Anna Lee. Sixth place, Morgan and Lena. Seventh place, Joel and Garrett. Eighth place, Andrea and Melina.
Philly girls going home. Shout out local to me.
Finish him.
I think if you saw any like previews or other people, I don't think people had them ranked probably very high as far as, and I don't think a lot of people had them getting this far. I think they had a pretty successful race. They just fell victim to some one, normal navigation failures, and two, some weirdo creep taking their money. And I still want answers on the weirdo creep. I don't usually listen to other like podcasts and things, because I don't want to be like influenced at all, but like I may have to listen to one of these exit interviews and just find out like who that creep was.
The ferryman in hell, right? Isn't that how you get to hell? On the stick.
Oh,
shift.
you mean like on like the river Styx?
Yeah,
type.
I forget what his name is, but that guy. How scary would it be? Like you're like, oh, I'm doing these challenges, and then Phil's just waiting in a wrecked room with his hands behind his back, ready to be like, you're eliminated. What happened, man?
Charon in Greek mythology. Charon is a psychopomp, the ferryman of Hades, the Greek underworld.
Is that CHERON?
CHARON.
ARN.
Yeah. Shout out.
I like Greek mythology.
Shout out Hercules again.
This is brand new information.
River
I like
Styx
lamp.
and Hercules.
Yeah.
I had Hercules slander. Now we got to go do the Survivor review, and I will not stand for any Hercules slander again. Kyle, before we get off here on the amazing race, let everyone know what's going on with the Strat Chat pod.
Oh, we are happy to be wrapping up Big Brother 25. tomorrow. Tired of this season. It's time to wrap
Okay.
this one up. Yeah, this has been
Who's
a
gonna
rough
win?
run. Who's gonna win? That's hard, because I feel like everyone has a different argument while none is super great. Um, Jag is
OJ?
on my draft team. That's not really what I want. I don't actually want any of these three to win, if I'm completely honest. But just based on competition wins, I guess Jag, but his social game wasn't great. So you kind of want to give it to Matt. But at this stage, like, how can you say that Bowie doesn't count for anything? Because she's there and she has
She's
comp
there.
wins, right? So, like, I guess she's part of the conversation. I really don't know what to expect.
G'day, Julie.
Yeah, all those teeth, mouthful of teeth, as my
I
mom would
think I
say.
think I think you got to I think you have to go like I think Bo J would be funny because I remember you on your show you guys would be like absolutely there's no way she'll ever win.
No, no.
But I think it would be good for like just funny.
Well, I've been trying to defend her a little bit because there is something to be said for the fact that, like, when people are having like game conversations and Bowie's in the room, they don't stop,
Yep.
right? And there's something to be said for that socially because people seem to be okay with you knowing things and not totally knowing where you stand. So you can't completely knock that, right? But like, she's not doing anything with the information that she's privy to. So like it's hard to respect her game. So I don't know what to expect, but that's tomorrow. And then we're wrapping that one up. Mondays is Survivor 45, obviously. We're always live. We're also doing Big Brother Australia. We're doing those exit interviews with every person like leaving the game. So like that's super fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can find us on the socials at Strat Chat Pod.
Yeah,
Come and
for
hop in the
sure.
conversation. Yeah, have a good time.
I'm looking forward after we do our recordings and stuff tomorrow night to see, and I'm gonna just probably watch your guys' review to see who won. If I don't get spoiled, via everything else. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll be
check the
live
Strat
right
Chat out.
after. We'll be live right 15 minutes after. We're not wasting any time. Just wrap
Yeah.
that sucker up so we can move on to the challenge 39 at
Mhm,
11:15.
mhm.
Yeah.
Challenge is on at 11:15.
No, the challenge is on tonight, but we're,
Oh,
we're
okay.
recapping at 11:15
Gotcha. Okay, I
because
was like,
it is
Jesus.
finale night. We're trying to prioritize Big
No,
Brother, but
totally understand that.
wrap that sucker up and get the hell out of here. Because I mean, how long can that pod be? 20 minutes tops. What else are you gonna say? The winner's been crowned.
Like I
Doesn't
said, make sure you check
hypothesize.
out our TikTok and the YouTube playlists. We cover everything from reality competition shows like The Challenge, Big Brother. We're really big on House of Villains right now. We do
So
Survivor,
good.
obviously, along with The Amazing Race. We do any of the dating shows out there. We do a lot of Bravo shows. So if you are watching us strictly for Amazing Race, we do cover a lot of other stuff, and you should check it out. But
Absolutely.
until next time, for myself, Brian, and Kyle, thank you for watching. Peace.